Okay, so Tanacom X combos. Now, we have 4 rods in this range. They're different weights, but they sort of will all do the same job. The 6 to 12 is ideal if you're doing a lot of deep dropping and you're getting a lot of fish and you've got ground that's sort of not too hammered and you're getting 2 and 3 fish, 25, 20 kilo, 15 kilo fish. It's handy to have that bit more length, bit more strength. Just general purpose, the 6 to 10 is still going to do all that anyway if it comes to the time, but it depends on what you want. A lot of it depends on your boat. So if you prefer fishing out the back of the boat and you want a long rod to get out behind the motors, then you've got the 6.6. The 6.6 comes in handy, especially if it's a second rod, because you can keep your spread further. So what happens a lot of times, guys, depending on your boat, how it drifts, but if you turn your motors into the wind, turn it sideways, you get a bigger drift. So you can have your 6.6 at the back of the boat and you have your 5.6 up the front, so it's nice and easy to access. This gives you more spread. This stops you from getting a lot of tangles. And deep water, a lot of line, you don't want to get tangles because you lose a lot of braid. If you're fishing with a 1 rod and you've got a smaller boat, then the 5.4, it's more than you need because it just makes it easy. It's nice and close. If you're not trying to get it away from the motors and get it away from anything in particular, then it makes it easier to deal with the fish when you get, or deal with your traces when you're getting closer to the boat. Now, the hard guides and the tips, the difference is, hard guide is great if you're watching the rod. If you're fishing with only 1 rod, you don't have to worry about it wrapping up in your tip too much. It just you've got to be careful because if that happens when you've got a fish on, that's how you lose a fish and you lose a lot of line. That's what the swivel tip is good for if you're not watching it. If you're watching it, it's not that hard to just drop your tip and get it off, or you can back your drag off and quickly whip it off. It's okay. It's just one less thing to worry about as well. No roller, no worries. So the new Sea Guide swivel tips. These are designed to keep the line away from the tip of your rod when you're moving the rod around. Really handy if you're fishing with 2 rods and you're not keeping an eye on one of them at all times. Keeps the line from wrapping up on your tip. Saves you losing a lot of braid and losing a good fish when you're not watching the rod.